Hey everyone, this is a Cheerios deck tech. Just walking people through deck that I play online. It's kind of fun, relatively cheap, and an interesting take on Legacy Storm. It's called Cheerios because it's all zeros, and it's basically a few mana sources: um, red, green, green, blue, straight green, spirit guides and petals, and then a whole host of zero drops, including a couple X's, which can function as zero drops, or if you happen to get the mana, if you have to post board with a cradle, you can build up a pretty sizable marauder to bash with if needed. As kind of a plan B. Plan C is kind of a signal pest option. If you happen to fizzle on the Grave Shot primary win condition, you can always signal pest and waste people pretty quickly unless they can have an active cheat or something. The sorceries, the core of the deck, the 4 Glimpse of Natures, 2 personal tutors just to be able to find them. Deck would be so much better if Mystical is not banned, but of course, then again, so would Mono Blue Control, so I guess it's a wash. Scapegoat's actually a really neat trick where most people kind of read it and go, I didn't know that was a card. But it works great in this as a way to keep the chain going, keep the glimpse chain going. So if you go off on a glimpse and you may be 6 or 7, 8 creatures deep, and you've got a either an uncracked fetch, or you draw into a lotus petal and you got a scapegoat, you can just sack a creature, return all the other zeros to your hand, and just recast them to keep the glimpse chain going. You can also use it after you've fizzled, or if maybe a person fluster storms you or whatever, and then tries to wipe the board with Pernicious Deed or something, you can scoop them all back up to your hand, cast them to the glimpse, and go off next turn. So it can be used defensively as well, but usually just a way to keep the chain going. Sideboard's pretty simple. I'm sure it's not optimal and limited by my card collection, but there's a few different things here that worked out pretty well. Plan B is more Signal Pests, Beastmaster Ascension, Cradles to power it all up, Sprout Swarms for inevitability, Cloudstones to bump the storm count, Beast Within for utility removal, Salvage Titan for inevitability, since you got all these artifacts. You get a few uses out of him, and it's a fun deck, so there'll be a few 2-man queue Cheerios versus different stuff that I'll be posting soon. If you want to play the deck, it's a fun one. Hope you enjoy.